you guys? Hello, my loves. Yeah, I made some candy yams, some collard greens, and some jerk. It was like a jerk bean patty that I made from scratch. It was like kidney beans, black beans, some vegetables, and some jerk seasoning. Yeah, I think I made the yams too sweet. This was my first time making it on the stove, so I didn't really know what I was doing, but it came out really good, but it was just too much agave. I've had a headache for the last 2 hours after I ate. But it was worth it. I don't know why I was craving yams, but it was really good. It was really good. Might have diabetes tomorrow, but it was really good. But anywho's, welcome you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new, make sure you drop your name down in the chat so that I can greet you properly throughout the live stream. Tonight we are going to be talking about claiming your energy back after a breakup. Should you do it? Shouldn't you do it? How to do it? Why you should do it? The pros, the cons, all of that good stuff about getting your energy back after a breakup. And this breakup doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could also be, platonic or, with a job or whatever. But getting your energy back in general, we're going to be talking about that. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if this is some type of content that you enjoy. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe so that we can get in good graces with the YouTube gods. But I appreciate you guys for trusting me with this information and having this discussion with me. So let's get into it. I'm gonna wait to see. Let me see how many people scroll through. I sent out my email, so for those of y'all who are in a Rebirth Society coming through, y'all know what to do. Y'all, this tea is so good. Hey, love. Yes. Hey, Danny Boo. You see the diamonds down in the chat. What's up, boo? How you doing, love? I'm doing really good. So, good news, you guys. Great news. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, for those of y'all who've taken my Medicine Woman course, if you don't know what the Medicine Woman course is, every single Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, I train women around the world to be certified Yoni Steam Practitioner. This is a master course and I teach it for free every single week. Click the link in my bio and you'll be able to register for it. But for a lot of you guys who have came through my Medicine Woman course, a lot of people have been asking me, do you have an Amazon storefront? Because I always refer a certain a specific Yoni stool or Yoni steaming kit. So everybody's like, do you have a Yoni steam? Do you have a storefront? Y'all, I literally just got my Amazon storefront set up before I came on live. So I've been doing that for the last couple of hours, like setting up my Amazon storefront. So I have it set up now. The only problem is I attached it to my TikTok and they have my URL for my TikTok as at Oshun Yinka when my name is Oshun Yinka and my URL is at my snack shop. So it's saying it is invalid. I don't know how they did that. You said I'm doing amazing. I just got done. You just got done. What? I need them to do better with this. I just got done doing my son's hair. Yeah, I need them to do something better with these comments so they can stay up or something. But anyways, yeah. What you doing to his hair? You locking it up? Or you just like washing it or something? But yeah, you guys, I have my storefront open and it will be available. I think I would say by Monday. I'm gonna try to call them tomorrow. I don't know what their business hours are, but if they're open tomorrow, I'm gonna try to get that squared away with my business account, my Amazon business account, and see if they can edit it for me so that I can upload stuff to my actual storefront. So I can get that affiliate check, okay? Because a lot of people have been asking me that, and I've been saying it all year that I was going to get a storefront, and I just never, I was on it at one point, and then I just stopped trying to figure out how to do it, and then I just watched a video, and then did it, and I got approved. So we got a storefront, y'all. You said you braided it. Okay. All right. Son. I see you, nephew. But yes, y'all, I'm excited about that. I'm excited that we have a storefront now. Thank you, love. I am excited about that. But I'm also, what else was I about to say? Yeah, I'm also, I'm trying to figure out Amazon. I didn't know people could go live on Amazon. I didn't know that. So why I've been getting these little change from TikTok and Facebook, they've been giving me these little pennies. I could have been getting big bags with Amazon and YouTube. So I'm kind of offended, but you know, it's just okay. 2023 is about to be the year of bigger bags. Okay, bigger bags, bigger stability, all of that, all of that. So I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it. Yes, you can go live on Amazon. Like people be posting on Amazon like a regular site. Like and they be doing like different live streams, I guess like selling stuff on there. I don't know. But I mean I gotta figure it out. I need to know everything about it to see how I can best benefit from it because people be on Amazon all day, every day. So if I have a certain amount of products that I use consistently, that I, you know, the Yoni stool, of course, different yoga mats that I recommend, juicers that I recommend and stuff like that. That's gonna be a whole little commission by itself because all of it is commission. But you know, I like to have good quality stuff. I don't like to recommend y'all bullshit because I don't buy bullshit. So yeah, I gotta figure it out and see how all I can benefit from it and how it could benefit you guys. Because I'm not somebody who. That's why I never really do affiliate marketing or you know I'm not a brand ambassador for so many people. Because I gotta fuck with your brand. Like I can't just because you cutting me a check, I'm just about to act like I support you. If you trash, then you trash. That's why the only brand ambassador I've ever been for is a year Marcella. Shout out to the grippies. Shout out to the stubbies. They ain't even grippers, they stubbies. But y'all know that's my only. I'm the only. She's my only brand that I'm ambassador for because everybody else be bullshitting and everybody else like I don't trust them as a brand like for me to be promoting to other people who've asked me to be brand ambassadors. Like I don't know enough about your company for me to be you know referring people to you like that. So that's the only reason why. Like, I mean, there's no shade to nobody, but you know, I need to test your products. I need to go to an event or whatever to know that your brand is worth me doing it. And then I'm gonna send you my PR package, okay? Like, let's be clear. Like, I'm not just about to be promoting nothing for free, okay? So not only do I have to love your brand, but you also have to be having, you know, have a budget, please and thank you. But welcome you guys. Hey Rihanna, how you doing, my love? I am doing super well. I was just telling Jenny how I just got my Amazon storefront set up tonight. So I'm super excited about that. Getting my storefront set up and being able to help you guys and also help myself. Y'all, it's not easy being a full-time entrepreneur. Like I've been a full-time entrepreneur since 2020 and it's not getting, I mean, it's gotten a little bit easier, but it's still a lot. Juggling a few things, and that's why I'm like, good. But that's why I'm like trying to make sure that I'm not like over extending myself on these little small ass apps like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, like trying to cut them little bags. I'm trying to get real you know, real influencer money, like real affiliate money, because I am an influencer. Like I have a tribe that follow, you know, what I say, and then people trust me off of my authenticity. So why would I not be getting paid when I'm putting you on? And I know like I be connecting people for real, for real. Like I'm always putting somebody on, like such and such do that. Go fuck with her. Like, so run me my coin, okay? Run me my coin. But yes, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We've been on here for about almost 10 minutes. I was seeing who always gonna come in before we get started, but we can go ahead and get started, y'all. We're gonna be talking about claiming your energy back in after a breakup. And this breakup does not necessarily have to be romantic. It could be platonic. It could be for friendships. It could be with your job. But any type of breakup, anytime you are releasing yourself from something that no longer serves you, how do you get your energy back that you've invested into that thing for however long you've been investing into it? That's what we're going to be talking about. And the intention of this video is to show you guys how to do it in a healthy way where you are not depleting yourself or harming yourself, because a lot of people are trying to claim their energy back and it's really hurting them in the long run because they're not doing it properly. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that we can get in good graces with the YouTube guys. Thank y'all so much for trusting me with this information and for joining in on the conversation. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we only got an hour, so y'all can ask y'all questions. Y'all can, chit chat so we can have a conversation. But let's go ahead and get into it. So what is claiming your energy back? Like, I hear a lot of people say, take all your energy back. Like, this person doing this, and this. You break up with somebody, take all your energy back. And despite popular opinion, I am not somebody who believes that you should be claiming all of your energy back after a breakup. Plot twist, right? I do not believe that you should be claiming all of your energy back after every breakup. Sometimes, is it necessary? Absolutely. We're going to talk about when it's necessary, when it's not. But for the most part, I feel like it's not necessary to claim back all of your energy through every breakup. And here is why. So what is claiming your energy back? Let's start there for some of you who don't know what that means. So when we're talking about taking our energy back, we are talking about when you are with somebody for a period of time, you're exchanging, you're intimate with somebody, whether it be physical or not. Like I said, it could be friendships, but you're giving energy to something or someone. That's you giving your energy to them. And if you're giving your energy to something, when people break up, it's like that thing still has a hold on me. That thing still has a hold. I still have my energy there. And that's when people say, oh, I need to take my energy back because that's still sucking energy out of me. That's still draining me in some way, shape, or form. Sorry, y'all. I need to move my mic because I always be slapping it. And then I be watching a replay like, damn. That's better. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people like, I need to take my energy back so they don't get, the energy of my covering over them or whatever the case is. But a lot of people are taking their energy back out of fear, out of lower frequencies, out of hate, out of anger and things of that nature. And you never want to do that because that could backfire. That could be problematic in a few ways, and we're going to talk about how that could be problematic. So when I say do not take your energy back every single time you break up with something or someone, the reason why I say that is because the experiences that you have with people, whether it was a toxic relationship or not, the experiences that you have with people are there for a reason. They're there to teach you something. They're there to mold you into something or someone. Like, it's there for a reason. You experienced it for a reason. So when you go back, taking your energy back from everything that you've ever invested in your energy in, you also are taking your energy back, and you're taking away that energy that was there to help you heal in the same sense. Not necessarily heal, but whatever lesson that was meant for you to learn in that moment. So say for example, you've been friends with somebody for 12 years. It's your best friend. Y'all been together since, the sandbox or whatever. And y'all end up not being friends. They do something to stab you in the back. And you just like, oh, I'm taking back all my energy from them because I care so much about them. Because one thing about it, as I know for myself and for other light workers and healers and things like that, it's something special about us being in your life. And anybody can feel this way about themselves. If you know that to be true in your life, then this applies to you as well. But I know for a fact when it comes to me, there is a benefit for you for you being connected to me. There's a benefit for that. There's a benefit for you being my friend. There's a benefit for you being my man. There's a benefit for me fucking with you. There's a benefit. So when I'm no longer in that space with you, you no longer get those benefits of being connected to me. That is enough for me. The fact that my absence is going to affect you, that is enough for me most of the time. most of the time. So when a lot of people are going and say, oh, I want to take my energy back, I don't want you to feel that love from me. I don't want you to feel that covering. I don't want you to keep being blessed. I done put you on to this person and made you help you get this money, and I done connected you with this opportunity. I want to take all of my energy back because I want you to now suffer because you've done that to me. So when you're doing things like that, that's when karma starts to play a place or take place. That's when you start to get karma. That's when you start to put out evil intentions because your intentions aren't pure. The fact that my presence or my absence alone is you're going to be affected by that. So when I go and say, hey, I want to take all of my energy back, I don't want you to be connected to such and such. I don't want you to, benefit from this opportunity I set you up with. I don't want none of that for you. Now you're pretty much saying, okay, I want you to go back to where you were before I met you. I want you to be down. I want you to be depressed. I want you to not be happy. Like, that's what you really are saying when you say, I don't want my covering over you anymore. I don't want these opportunities to keep blessing you anymore. That's what you're saying. And when those are your intentions, that's how things can start to backfire. We have to learn how to remove ourselves from situations without necessarily wanting other people to be in harm. There's a way for you to break up with somebody, to go your separate ways, to outgrow somebody without you actually wishing them harm, without you actually wishing. And some people will be like, oh well, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I just don't want them to have access to the people that I put them on with. I don't want them to benefit from the things that I set up for them. That's still wishing them harm. You're wishing that they had, not what if that person that you put them on to are helping them with a certain thing? You're wishing that they don't have that certain thing anymore. And what we fail to realize when it comes to karma is whatever intention that you're putting out for somebody else is going to come back to you. So if you're putting that intention out there for them to miss out on opportunities, when you're setting intentions for them to, not be happy in their next relationship, for them to feel what they did to me to somebody else, like you're putting that intention out for that same thing to happen to you again in your next relationship. Or karma is not necessarily tit for tat, but it's tit for tat energy wise. So that same thing don't have to happen to you like in that way, but you're putting that energy back onto yourself. So what is the benefit of taking all of your energy back? The only time I would say that it is necessary for you to claim all of your energy back is, and when I say all of your energy back, I mean everything that I just said, like, let me get everything that was attached to me, I want it all back, is if this was a life or death situation. Like this person having access to you is detrimental to you. If this person having access to you is causing harm to you or somebody that you love, your children, your parents, whoever, it could actually cause harm. That's when you can say, let me take all of that back, because they don't need to have any type of connection or attachment to your energy whatsoever. That's completely different. And we can talk about how to actually do that. But I want you guys to understand that that's not always necessary. And then even when you are doing that, you're still doing it out of love. We have to learn how to move out of love. Even when we're not doing things that might seem as that they are loving, we're still doing it out of love. Meaning that because I love myself, I'm going to make sure that I'm protecting myself. That doesn't mean that I want you to have harm. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. However, if something does bad happen to you, that's above me. That you take that up with the divine. They don't have nothing to do with me. But my intention was not to cause any harm. My intention was to protect myself. That's how we move out of love without moving out of fear and without moving out of hate. So, what was I about to say? When it comes to taking your energy back after a breakup, how is it healthy to take your energy back in some ways so you're not being drained? Now that's the main, I think, what most people want. Like, you don't necessarily want all of your memories and all of your experiences to go away. You just want your energy back because this person might have been depleting to you for a while. This person might have been taking advantage of you for a while. This person might always you might still have feelings for this person that that the relationship is over. You finally mustered up the energy to let them go, and you just simply want to get over them. That's what I feel like most people mean or most people want when they say I want my energy back. That is okay. That is perfectly normal, perfectly fine, and it is actually necessary. Most people need to do this, and that's, I say most people just because most people don't know how to break up without beefing. I'm somebody who strongly believes that you do not have to be beefing with your exes. Like, I'm cool with most of my exes because I mean it won't that big of a deal. It's just like, whatever, to me anyway. So yeah, I'm cool with most of them because I want the problem. That's for one. I wasn't the problem, and for two, nobody has had me in a chokehold to the point where I felt so degraded, or I felt so disrespected. Like, granted, have somebody disrespected me in a relationship? Absolutely. Have I been cheated on? Absolutely. Has somebody taken me for granted? Absolutely. Most of these niggas do. But at the same time, I don't hate them, because at the end of the day, I know that that's a them problem. They ain't got nothing to do with me. And that's why they all circle the block, because I don't move out of, I hate you, I wish I never met you. Like, I don't move like that. I move like, I know you'll be back because you're the problem, not me. That's just how I move. But anywho, when it comes to taking your energy back, just off of a breakup, like, that it's time to move on, that this relationship has expired, and it's just time to move on. How do you get your energy back? How do you start to be yourself, especially if you are somebody who has been dealing with a narcissist? You've been dealing with somebody, and I use that, I don't even like using that term, because a lot of y'all think y'all dealing with narcissists, and you're not. You just don't have no discernment, and you don't value yourself. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Everybody feel like they've been with a narcissist. Everybody gaslighting you. Everybody, what you call, what's the other words that they be saying? Narcissist, gaslighting. It's something else. Y'all be pulling out your ass. Everything but taking accountability for you having poor judge of character. But most of y'all not dealing with narcissists. But for those of y'all, hey Kia, for those of y'all who have actually dealt with narcissists, actually dealt with people who try to break your character down, try to mind fuck you into believing that you're less than who you are. When you're dealing with people like this, you need to rebuild yourself. When you've been with somebody for a decade, you've been with somebody for 5 years or whatever, and you've been connected to this person, and it's just time to you've outgrown them. It's time to move on, and your emotions are still attached to them. You need to do a releasing ritual. You need to purge them emotionally, physically, all of that good stuff. And that does not mean that you're no longer going to think about them. That does not mean that, you should hate them or you shouldn't have feelings for them. It just means that it's time to move on. And there's a way that you can get your energy back without causing harm on other people, and by doing it with love. So that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do today. So, one of the main ways, of course, y'all already know, I'm going to say, is Yoni steaming. Yoni steaming is how I started off. Like, when I started Yoni steaming, it wasn't for physical ailments. It was for the spiritual alignment, and to heal from, womb trauma and sex trauma that I've had, like, with the opposite sex. That when I started Yoni steaming, that was why I started it, for the sexual trauma that I had, and healing that womb between me, so I can get back to my feminine energy and get out of the survival mode. That's why I started. So I'm always going to suggest Yoni steaming for you to get your energy back. Why is Yoni steaming going to help you get your energy back? Because it's going to help you figure out, I know for me, I can't speak for nobody else, and I can't speak for nobody else's Yoni steams and blends like that, but I put my energy in everything I touch. Everything that I create, I'm putting my juju in it. I'm gonna put intention in it for you to heal, for you to tap into your feminine energy, for you to be spiritually aligned and things, and liberated spiritually. I'm gonna put all of that energy into every Yoni steam that I prepare for anybody. That's just me. So this is why my clients have spiritual awakenings when they start Yoni steaming. This is why they start having downloads. I literally just had a client today. We had a consultation earlier, and she was talking about it's not necessarily consultation, because she's in one of my 90-day programs, and we was just doing our weekly call. And I was just like, hey girl, how you doing? How's the boo or whatever? She's been, this is what, week 4 for her, almost week 4 of her on her 90-day journey, and she's trying to get pregnant. And sorry boo, if you watching this, shout out to you. I ain't gonna put all your business out there, y'all. I be slapping this mic, so if it's loud to y'all, I'm so sorry. I gotta get used to it being here, or just calm down with my hands. But I apologize, y'all, if y'all watching this on a replay and this shit mad loud. But shout out to you, boo. But she was when we was talking about it, she's wanted to get pregnant. She mentioned that to me when we first started. She has a boyfriend at this time, and as she's going through her healing journey, as she's going and taking care of herself, I say, if you are trying to get pregnant, is your man on the same wave? Like, is he on a healing journey too? Is he trying to clean up his diet and make sure that he's fit enough to give you the child that you deserve? Is he even qualified to be carried, like for him to be like the someone that's seeded to you? Like, these are questions you need to be asking, and not just, oh, I'm ready to have a baby and this is just who I'm with at the time. You need to be making sure of that. So like 2 weeks ago, that's what I told her. And I said, ask him, is he willing to fast with you? It don't got to be 90 days, but is he willing to fast for a month with you? And she was like, okay, I'll ask him. Long story short, every time I talk to her ever since then, he trying. It ain't now one time it said, yeah, he started his fast and he doing good, but it's he trying. So today we had a meeting, and in the meeting she said, yeah, so this guy, this somebody from her past, but like they never dated before, but they went to school together. She was like, yeah, he's just been applying pressure the last couple of weeks. Like it started off, us just meeting each other again, like reconnecting in some way, and then he just started showing up, like paying bills, and he just texted me, sending me some money for me to go get my nails done. Like my boyfriend will get my nails done if I ask him to, but I ain't gotta ask him. He told me yesterday, like, I gotta start doing squats every other day. He'll call me and be like, hey, have you worked out today? And I was just sitting there like, yeah, it's called that soft girl era. It's called that divine feminine coming through for you. You're getting what you deserve because you're prioritizing yourself. You're on a healing journey, so you're getting what you deserve. You keep saying that you want children. You ready to start your family. You ready to start. Yes, he is the one. She was like, girl, like right before I started your program, I had said to God, like, if my man is not the man that I'm supposed to be having a child with, then I want him to be da 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 da. Girl, he everything on that list. Is he though? Listen, I said, girl, one thing about it and two things for sure, the universe don't miss. When you heard, he was like, what's crazy is he said he think he manifested me. I said, yes, that's what happens when you are manifesting whatever you want in life. Whatever you want is waiting for you to get right, and that thing is getting right for you, preparing for you to come to it. So when you started this journey, when you invested in yourself to go through this program, you then started committing to getting in alignment with what you want. And he came just like that, less than 3 weeks. Well, it was less than a week when she actually started reconnected with him. But just these last couple of weeks, my boy been applying pressure. I said, girl, I don't even know him, but this is the test that I want you to give him. So, because I know in her mind, like, this might be too good to be true. I ain't trying, like, she been with her boyfriend for a certain amount of years, and she just like, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I was like, baby girl, do not miss out on your blessings moving out of your emotions. He'll be all right. He'll find somebody else. Get somebody else to do it. But if you are prioritizing yourself and you are in this healing space right now, you gotta put you first. And homeboy it don't look like he trying to grow up with you. It don't look like, right. He'll be all right. He'll be okay. He can find somebody else. And my thing is, when I say all that to say, like, when you outgrow somebody, that does not necessarily mean that there has to be beef. That does not necessarily mean that there has to be drama. It's just like we've just outgrown each other. And that's okay. How do I get my energy back from that? Is I simply move out of love. Like, you can have a conversation with him and be like, hey, since I've been on this healing journey, I've just been seeing things a little bit clearly, and I see that we really not in alignment. I see that we really not, and it's not my job to force you to change. You're going to change when it's your time. You're going to change when you're ready, if you change at all, if you have a desire to change. But that don't have nothing to do with me. It's not my responsibility to teach you how to love me. It's my responsibility to see how you love and choose if I want to be there or not, if I want to accept this or not. So how do I get my energy back? I just simply start to move in a different way. She's Yoni steaming, of course, but Yoni steaming helped me to get to that next level because it started to bring out things in me, or bring out ideas, or the traumas that I used to deal with or was currently dealing with at that time. It was bringing out those traumas and it was forcing me to address what was I dealing with. Like, girl, you really accepting this shit? You really accepting this? You really you know better than this. Like, you ain't grow up seeing men treat, like, I grew up around a lot of great men. My grandfather was an amazing man. And everybody knew that. Like, everybody, like, I grew up, like, getting my doors open. I grew up not having to come out of money for nothing. I grew up seeing my granddaddy love my grandma right. Like, I grew up with that. So how the fuck did I get to a point where, as an adult, I'm out here accepting a bare minimum? I had to check myself. What went wrong? What went wrong? Did I started, like, cause we make our own decisions. Like, everything ain't childhood trauma. Everything is not. A lot of it is, but everything is not childhood trauma. Some trauma is self-inflicted. Some trauma is self-inflicted, and we have to own up to that as well. But let me get back to how to actually break up with somebody or get your energy back from somebody who's sucking the life out of you in a relationship. So for one, Yoni steaming is gonna intentionally but indirectly separate you from that person, or separate you from that place. It could be your job. And I've told y'all this before, like, anytime any of my programs, is the intention of it is to get you in your divine feminine energy. It don't matter what that looks like, whatever stage in your life where that is. She works 2 jobs right now. She about to let one of them go, or she didn't cut back her hours, or she just made her, like, that's just how that works. Like, that's just the intention that I put on it. Y'all know how I feel about women working. Like, y'all know how I feel about that. But when it comes to you healing, that Yoni steaming is going to get into it, especially if you're intentional with it. If you're intentional with, like, bring out everything in me that's feminine, and not to make it unbalanced where you're super feminine and you forget your masculinity, or you don't, you neglect your masculine energy. But it's to the point where most of us are still mostly in a masculine state, especially as Black women. A lot of us are still in that survival mode. A lot of us still have not seen. I was looking at a post yesterday on Facebook where it was saying something about, it's crazy to me how many women have never been on a date before, and y'all still out here having sex, and y'all still out here having these niggas' children, and you've never been on a real date before. That is sad. That is sad. How many women have never been on a real date? You talking about you 20, 30 years old, you got about 4 or 5 kids, and you've never been on a date? That's you. That's not a reflection of the men. That's a reflection of what you're willing to accept. So we have to take accountability. We have to take accountability of what have I been accepting, and that Yoni steaming is going to bring that out of you. Before you Yoni steam, you seen that post too, right? It is sad, because I'm just like, girl, what? I can understand you saying, you ain't never been, flown out. You ain't never had no luxury dinner or nothing like that. But you ain't never had a real date at all. Nobody has ever spent time, like, nobody's ever took the time to spend a couple coins on you and let you have a nice evening or a nice lunch or a nice breakfast. Like, ain't nobody ever done nothing. You've never been on an official date. That's crazy. You should be a virgin. But what's even more crazy is you got kids. That's what's wild to me. But hey, I ain't judging. I'm not judging. But anywho's, y'all, before you yoni steam, if we're talking about getting your energy back, before you yoni steam, and I was just talking about this in the Rebirth Society. Shout out to the Rebirth Society. Put your diamonds up. But shout out to the Rebirth Society, y'all. But we did a training earlier today where I was saying how to heal sexual trauma. So I'm gonna give y'all some of those points that I put in there. So the other one would be, yeah, shout out to the diamonds in the chat. Shout out to the diamonds in the chat. But one of the things that I said before you yoni steam is doing root chakra positions, root chakra yoga. So one of the main, I'll give y'all three. One of the main poses that you can do to help you release that energy is the what you call it, the child's pose. Yes, the child's pose. That one, baby, that's my favorite pose. You can do that before you go to bed at night, while you praying, instead of just being on your regular hands and knees, or like in a yoga position, a meditation position. Instead of that one, being in the child's pose while you meditate, while you pray, before you go to bed, like just on your bed. You don't have to be on the floor, but on your bed or whatever. Taking the time to actually just move your hips and open your hips up. That is going to be one of the ways. And I always say, do this before you yoni steam. Do it before you yoni steam, because it's going to bring out even more emotions, because you're opening up that space physically, and then that steam going to do what it's supposed to do. So that's one pose, the child's pose. Then the little sumo pose. You say you do that every day. Yes, girl. Keep that pathway open. That's where a lot of our blockages are, in our root chakra. A lot of our trauma is stored in our root chakra, in our lower backs, in our hips, in our guts. That's where a lot of us hold our trauma at. So doing those poses intentionally, meaning that while you're in these poses, you are breathing through them. If you're not just in the pose just to be in it, but you are intentionally taking deep breaths, slow intentional breaths, and as you exhale, you are going deeper and deeper into that squat, deeper and deeper into that position. So you are grounding with the universe and opening up that, y'all, when I tell you, it is something magical that happened. Like, y'all, the universe did not miss a beat. The divine did not miss a beat when it came to giving us everything and the tools that we need to heal. And a lot of times we out here trying to pay for courses. We out here, paying for different surgeries and things like that. And all we have to do is just move our body. It's too much stagnant energy in our body. So that's one of the best ways to release a lot of that trauma in that root chakra, in that sacral chakra, is literally just by moving with yoga. Doing it every single day, especially before you go to bed, and then before you yoni steam, to open it up in that way as well. So the child's pose is one. The next one, I think, is called the sumo pose. I told somebody I need a yoga book so I can learn all my poses, because I be trying to name poses. I don't really be knowing them like that. But the sumo pose is when your feet are flat and then you just squat down, hands together, pray hands together in the middle, but you just squat down and breathing through it. The exhale, you get deeper and deeper into that. Let it hurt, let it feel whatever you're gonna feel. I promise y'all, especially if you've been through a lot of trauma in that relationship or wherever you are. And the reason why I say this is not just the reason why I say this is not just romantic relationship, and this is also any type of breakup that you have to deal with in life. So it can be breaking up from a job, breaking up from your parent, your sibling, whoever do not serve you anymore. The reason why I say that this is still beneficial to all of those breakups is because we store overall trauma in our lower chakras. As women, we store that in our hips, in our back, in our gut. We store that there specifically just because that's what we do. Like, that's where we naturally store our trauma. So this will help with all of those, not just sexual trauma, not just romantic breakups, but in all of those things. This is how you get into the habit of letting those things flow, instead of letting them stack up on and having back pain at 22. You shouldn't be out here, waking up with your back hurting and shit at 22. Granted, some of y'all just need some new mattresses, but that's another conversation. But when it comes to the third pose that I would recommend to you guys, we got the child's pose, the sumo pose, and then the last one would be I don't know what this is called, but is when you are on your knees and then you reach back to touch your ankles. So you're holding on to your ankles while you are on your knees. So you're just pretty much like this. and then you reach back and touch your ankles. And this is like raising your, and this is a game changer for me. That's my favorite pose, especially when I'm doing emotional release. That's my favorite pose. That's literally every single time I do that. When I know I have a lot of tension, I'm going to start to cry. I'm going to start to release and purge in that way, because I guess it's because that one is like protruding your pelvic area to the sun. And I usually do these outside as well. I'll do them outside. I know it's kind of cold. Everybody talking about, they got blizzards and stuff going on. I got clients in Ohio saying it's a blizzard, as well as Chicago saying that it's a blizzard. Y'all be safe out here. If y'all don't have anywhere to go specifically, please sit y'all asses down, please. So for those of y'all, it is cold. You can open your window, not open it physically, but like open your blinds and do these poses next to the window when the sun is rising or the sun is setting, and do it the same way to get that same effect. The intention is what's important. So you're doing it saying that you are, giving you're giving your womb to the divine, to Ra, to the sun, to heal it in that way. So you don't necessarily have to be outside, but when it gets warmer, because this video is going to be timeless, doing them outside will give you the best benefits, because you can breathe fresh air as well as be in the sun, which as melanated people, we get the best. We need to charge with vitamin D, and we get energized with the sun. So doing this outside, I typically do my yoga by the lake. Being around any body of water, doing this will be, you'll get the best results as well. Being outside by a body of water, because water is the feminine energy. Water flows and things like that, and that's what you want your body to do. You want it to start flowing like water. You want to imagine your womb space flowing like water. Any tension, any trauma, any anxiety, any pain, any hurt, anything that you had to deal with, you will release it while you're doing these poses, especially the last pose that I just gave y'all. But those 3 poses are the main 3 poses you can do to pretty much release all of that energy, all that negative energy that you had. The next thing and the last thing that I want to mention as far as taking your energy back, so if y'all do not have my ebook, the link is in a bio. Secrets to a Goddess Pussy is my free ebook that I give you guys. That is the main book that I use. That book is my journey on how I got to where I am on my feminine journey, or my healing journey to be this feminine and femininity being aligned. That book tells you everything you need to know to get in alignment with your feminine energy. In that book, I also give you guys an actual spell. And one of my original spells, I give you a spell on how to, if you have a soul tie, and a lot of you please read the ebook, because y'all, when I first went viral on TikTok, I had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people contacting me, emailing me, DMing me, telling me, oh, I think I got a soul tie. I want to know how you get your book. I think somebody has something. And y'all, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I wouldn't have wrote the damn book if it did not exist. Yes, it exists, but the majority of you, I say 85% of y'all, do not have soul ties. Y'all just lack accountability. You lack accountability, and you're not in tune with yourself enough to know what's your energy and what's not. Everybody ain't got something on you. But during this season, I can say I've had at least 4 people come to me personally saying that somebody had something on them, and they did. And it was masculine energy putting shit on them. And I can say at least 4 people in the last 4 weeks have come to me saying the same thing. So I don't know what's in the air right now, but y'all need to get y'all protection up and make sure y'all ain't out here fucking with these scallywags, okay? Make sure that y'all protect, because it's not funny, but make sure that y'all energetically protected, and being able to take your energy back. Another way that you guys can take your energy back is with spiritual baths. And my thing is, I don't promote fear whatsoever. I don't care if I tell y'all the most negative reading possible, where you feel like you about to go through a season of unmarkable shit. I never promote fear. There is nothing that I could possibly tell you that I want you to be afraid of. Everything I tell you is for you to be aware, and so that you can do something about it. That's it. That's all. But I'm never inflicting fear on you to be scared of what? To be scared of what, when you have the power to change anything in your reality. So I will never promote fear on anything. But what I will say is the best way to take your energy back, or to keep your energy from ever getting depleted in the first place, is making sure y'all have y'all protection up. The reason why I don't walk around scared of nobody or no deity, no nothing, is because, for one, I walk around with respect with other energies. I go around with respect. I don't go around disrespecting other energies. I don't go around disrespecting other people's practices, other people's experiences, and things like that. So I don't put that bad karma back on myself, period. I respect other people's journey. And then two, I'm guarded up. Like, I'm protected. I make sure that I spend a lot of my time not just putting out energy, but protecting the energy that I have to maintain it. I do energy work for a life. I do readings. I help people to heal. All of that is energy exchange, because energy doesn't die, it just transfers. So if I'm helping people every single day, I'm taking on problems, I'm listening to people's problems, I'm helping, mentoring people, and dealing with people, like, that's a high burnout career, you guys. What I do is not easy. As an influencer, as a content creator, this shit is not easy. We are taking on a big responsibility to get on camera and have our energy out here for the world. This is a big responsibility. So I have to make sure that I'm doing the precautions to make sure that I'm protected, whether it be covering my crown, whether it be making sure I got the right crystals on me, whether make sure I got my gree bag on me. Like, I gotta make sure that I am good in all aspects, as well as off camera. Like, y'all don't see a lot. 99% of the shit y'all don't see the work that I do behind closed doors to make sure that I'm good. But I'm not just protecting myself, I'm also protecting my tribe. I'm protecting my family. I'm protecting my generations after me, like the people who I ain't even met yet, my unborn children. Like, I have to make sure that I have a lot of protection around me, period. The reason why I don't walk around in fear. So I don't want you guys to ever walk around in fear. I want you guys to be empowered. And by being empowered, that means that can't nobody touch you unless you allow it to happen. And I've said this before, but when it comes to, say, somebody's trying to put a hex on you, or somebody is doing something to you, can't nothing happen to you that you're not allowing, or it's not a hole in you. Like, when it comes to, like, if y'all go to church, if y'all ever been to church, or y'all grew up in a church or whatever, they always say, I know my granddad used to always say, if you ain't got your stuff together, you better go to the back when people getting called to the altar. If you're not coming to the altar to get healed, and you know you ain't got your stuff together, you better hit the back door, because that energy is going to transfer to the next willing vessel. To the next willing vessel. So when I'm doing anything, any type of energy work, or I'm around people that might have malicious intent around me, it's gonna backfire on them, because majority of people only doing stuff out of jealousy, or they doing it from a low frequency, so they can't touch me anyway. So say you can, you make me, slip up a little bit. You might throw a little pebble, and I might trip up a little bit. That was because my ancestors, my spirit team, my guardians, they allowed it. They allowed it, because there was something in that stumble that I needed to learn. There was something in that situation that I needed to learn from. So before you even say, hey, I need to take all of my energy back because or somebody trying to hex me, or somebody got something on me, what did you do to make yourself that vulnerable for somebody to do some harm to you like that? You need to focus on your protection more so than you worried about what somebody else doing to you. Because if anything is happening to you, it's because there was an opportunity for it to happen to you. And we don't think about it in that way, especially if you're not used to, because if you somebody who all into religion and stuff like that, and you feel like, oh, I could just pray my way out of it, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I mean, I'm not saying it is not possible, because you can will your way into anything, but at some point y'all gotta, it's a such thing as spiritual psychosis. Like, I'm gonna just say that it's a such thing as spiritual psychosis, and some of y'all are really delusional when it comes to, I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. Are you though? because you done took some communion once every 3 months. You covered by the blood of Jesus, where you don't even talk to this man. Y'all don't have no relationship. You just go to church on Sunday, but you covered by the blood of Jesus. Like, be fucking for real. You better go get you some obsidian or something. You better go in and smudge some shit, because these entities ain't playing with you just hollering out scripture. I'm just being serious. These entities are not scared of your scriptures that you don't even believe in and you don't even practice, my love. That's just the truth of the matter. So y'all need to make sure that y'all are actually seriously protecting yourselves. Making sure that you are protecting yourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. And always possible, because you are in control of that. Okay? I'm right. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope that answered y'all question. Let me know if y'all got any questions. Do y'all got any questions? I feel like I missed something. Did I miss anything? As far as taking your energy back and healing after a breakup, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, once y'all go, because I'm not going to give y'all the whole spell here on YouTube, but if y'all want to actually know how to reverse if somebody actually did put something on you, then just go read the ebook. And I have an original spell in there on how to actually reverse a hex or a bonding spell, because a lot of y'all be bond, and we're gonna talk about that in a whole other video. That's why I didn't want to go too far into it. But how to if you actually have, how do you know if this is your energy and if it's not your energy? How do you know if somebody has attached themselves to your energy, if you have a soul tie and things of that nature? We can do a whole nother video on that, but that's neither here nor there when it comes to taking back your energy after a breakup. The only thing that you need, and we'll recap, the only thing that you need when it comes to reclaiming your energy and getting your energy back is for one, yoni steaming. For 2, doing yoga positions. And for 3, protecting yourself with energies, protecting yourself from negative energies and things like that regularly. Spiritual baths. That's what it was. Spiritual baths. So, one of the main things that people do not do enough of is spiritual cleansing, especially if you work in the public or you work with different energies. So a spiritual bath will be the last thing that I recommend to you guys as far as taking your energy back. Taking a spiritual bath with Epsom salt, and this spiritual bath is literally a reversal bath, and I'll give you guys the ingredients to this reversal bath. So this reversal bath, you will have, I like to use black salt, but you can use any type of natural salt. So this could be Epsom salt, this can be sea salt. Some people use Himalayan salt. I'm not really a fan of Himalayan salt, other than when I'm doing like love rituals. But as far as like dispelling energy, I'm gonna use Epsom salt, black salt, or sea salt. You're going to use them. Use 2 cups of that. And then you want to also have your specific crystals, your protection crystals as you do this. You want to have them in the vicinity. You want to have white candles around you, because white candles are all purpose. If you don't have white, you can use black. How often should you take the bath? If you work in the public, you need to be doing a spiritual bath weekly. If you work in any type of public like not restaurant, if you work in any type, we're in a public where you have to exchange, like you providing a service, like you're touching on anybody, doing hair, doing nails or anything like that, you need to be doing it at least once a week. At least once a week. If you're working in anywhere that's trauma field, in the hospitals, as a law enforcement, if you are working with in the school systems, if you are like a therapist or anything like that, anything that you do, if you do like spiritual work, light working and stuff like that, anything like that, you need to be doing it at least a minimum of once a week. If you don't work in the public, if you don't work with a lot of people on the other side, like you don't have to touch a lot of people like that, then I say once every 2 weeks. And if you are trying to break up with somebody or to get your energy back from somebody, I would say to do it for a week, doing it 3 days from a week. I like to do things in periods of like 3, 6, 9. So I would do it three times during a 9-day during a week would be 7 days. So 6, you're doing it 3 times within a week. I can't explain it right now. I'm trying to make the numbers make sense, but in a week span you'll be doing it 3 times. But I'll be doing it like every other day. And you're using the same ingredients to it. So some of the herbs that you could use would be hyssop. You could use hyssop, you could use cloves, you could use basil. It's a few more, but those are the ones that I'm getting right now. You could also use bay leaves. You could use sage. Yeah. That's what I'm getting right now. Also peppermint. You can, and you don't have to use all of those. You can use like maybe 2 or 3 of those, or just one of those in addition to your salt, and just doing it like that. You don't have to use all of them, like I said, but those are good. I also would recommend you do, like I said, 3 days, and that just depends on how intense it is. If you just want to, like, if you don't feel like y'all broke up on bad terms or anything, or like that person might have some ill energy behind you, or they're draining you, that's why I would say 3 times. Like, if it was actually a really bad breakup, and it was a toxic situation, and you still can't take, like, this is a toxic relationship that you typically keep going back to, at least 3 times in a week span. Do it 3 times and stay away from that person. Stay away from them. Don't answer the phone. Don't have anything of theirs around you. I'm not one to necessarily, when we're talking about getting rid of energy completely, like what I was talking about at the beginning, like what we don't want to do most of the time, that's when we go to burning their stuff and actually releasing everything that's attached to them. But we're not doing that most of the time. So just the spiritual baths, the intention of not being around them, answering their calls or anything like that, making sure they blocked on all platforms, doing your baths, and setting the intention to actually let them go and to actually release them. Because for one, I feel like a lot of times we say we want to let go of people, we say we want to release them, but you're not really ready to do that. And that's the reason why I don't really do love spells for anybody. I've never done a love spell for anybody other than self-love. I had one girl who called me and was like, yeah, he's trying to leave me and blah blah blah, and I was like, ma'am, if that man want to leave you, let him go. Like, the only thing is, she still paid me to do the ritual for her, but I was like, this is for your love. Like, the intentions of this is for you to have more love for yourself and for you to be more attractive to somebody who actually wants you. If he does not actually want you, then it's still not gonna make him come back. So be clear on that. But yeah, I've only had to do that one time for somebody who wanted their person back, or they wanted to use a love spell to get somebody back. But what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. Damn. But as far as releasing, oh yeah, that's why I don't do like releasing rituals for people as well. I don't do releasing rituals for people like, oh, I'm trying to break up with him, like I just want him to leave me alone, blah blah blah. I've only done that for a couple of people, and I only did it for them is because they didn't ask me to. They asked me to. They was like, oh, I just want to leave him alone. I don't want nothing to happen to him. I don't want you to do nothing to him. I just want to do something for me. And most of the time they were in toxic relationships where that person was actually trying to harm them. So that's the reason why I took it upon myself to do work to protect them in that way, because they actually came with pure hearts and they weren't trying to like do nothing to hurt that person. So that's the only reason why I did it. It wasn't because they asked me to. Anybody who comes to me asking me to do a hex on somebody, I never do. I've never done it. Spirit has never confirmed me to do a hex for anybody who actually came to me and asked me to do a hex. And that's a fact. And that's because most people who ask them to do that, they have ill intentions. And even if the intention is for them to because they feel threatened or whatever, you still want something bad to happen to that person, and that's just not how it works. Like, the only thing that you should be concerned about is your own safety, not trying to induce pain on somebody else, but making sure that you're not you're safe and that you're not getting hurt or anything like that. That's the only thing that you should be concerned about. So when people come to me like, yeah, he cheated on me and what, I like, girl, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And I am not about to be out here at war with your spirit guys because they trying to teach you some shit and you think I'm about to come in here and intercede for your lesson and your karma. It's not about to happen. So get somebody else to do it. I'm not gonna do it. And then a lot of times I've had people come to me as well, and this was family members, but they like, oh well, this person keep putting their hands on me, I just want to leave them alone, I want him to leave me alone, blah blah blah. And spirit tell me not to do it because they're not over that person. And that's the same thing I mean by taking all of your energy back from you doing those spells. Be careful when you do that, because if you're not really over that person and you calling all of your energy back and you want them to leave you alone forever, be ready to be prepared for that next week when you ready to be cool with them again and they really can't, they sick of their stomach just by looking at you. Then you gonna be looking crazy. Oh, why he don't love me? But girl, you done took all your energy from him. He not attracted to you. You literally are repellent to him, and you didn't want that, but you were mad. So we have to be very intentional on, is this really what I want? And that's why I always say, just make sure that you protect it so nobody is draining your energy and that you're not depleted from over giving. But you don't have to always take all of your energy back and do something to reverse, or I want them to feel the pain that they like. Girl, karma don't miss. Karma does not miss, and you don't gotta be out here trying to play God. Karma will work itself out. Just trust the process and make sure that you are good and that your heart is good. Don't worry about how they gonna get punished for doing whatever they did. And that's point blank, period. So yeah, y'all got any more questions? Yeah, that was a good question, Danny. But y'all got any more questions or comments based off of what we have talked about tonight? Let me know. But yes, a lot of you guys have to I want y'all to be real. Learn how to be real with yourself. That's the real kicker. Learn how to be real with yourself. Learn how to be honest with yourself and know exactly what you want. Like I remember in a live a few weeks ago on TikTok, we was talking, a girl was saying like she wanted to get over her baby daddy or whatever, and she was only staying with him for the kids. And I was just like, first of all, be real with yourself. You staying with him because you want him. It ain't, the kids ain't got shit to do with it. You actually love him. You want, that you're pregnant by him. Well, she said, the baby hadn't got there yet. She's still pregnant. I said, that's all the more reason why you know you lying. The baby ain't even here yet, and you say you staying with him for the baby. The baby not even here yet. You staying with him because you like him. You love him. You want to be with him. Accept that first and foremost. Then you'll be able. It's okay to say, I love this man, but I know he's not good for me, so I need to move on. And that's when we do the other stuff that I just named. But we have to be able to be real with ourselves and say, yes, I really do love this person. I don't know why I love this person, but I love this person. And be real so that we can actually, the divine can actually listen to us. Divine don't be paying your ass no mind when you like, God, I hate this man. Please remove him from my life. And girl, you dreaming about riding him. You ready to ride him. As soon as he call you, your big head ass outside. Where we about to go eat? You don't want to not want him. You want him. You might want to get over him, but you still want him. So just be real with yourself where you're at. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you had children by somebody, if you've been with somebody for years, even if they've been abusive to you, it's nothing wrong with admitting that you still love them. It's nothing wrong with admitting that you still miss them. Even if they treated you bad, that you still miss them. There's still a chunk of your life that they dealt with. So be honest with yourself and say that. And so that you can actually heal from it, because you can't heal when you're still in denial. You can't move on when you're still in denial, acting like you don't want them, because what would we be here for? What are we talking about if you actually over them? If you actually over them, you don't care about them, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about. So be real with yourself. All right, y'all. So that's all I got for y'all. Let me know down in the comments if this was helpful to you guys. Let me slow down, y'all. I be talking so damn fast, and I be choking over my words because I be trying to talk so fast. But let me slow down. I'm working on that, y'all. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all give this a thumbs up, that y'all share it with somebody who might need to hear it, and make sure that y'all got y'all notification bells on so that y'all don't miss out on this live stream tomorrow as well. Because we here every night until we get monetized. We here every night. And make sure y'all also watch the video that I posted the day before. So every day I post a video and I go live that night. So make sure that y'all getting the videos before, and then make sure y'all come in at night to have a discussion on whatever we talk about at the time. But love you guys. Y'all have an amazing weekend, and happy holidays to y'all as well.